Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm not inconsistent. I'm inconsistent with filming, but we will get what we have right now. So today I want to talk about Huda Beauty's kind of like what they really like to do is when they have something new, they might just have a revamp of their last really good product. And today we're going to talk about their Luminous Matte foundation from their for their foundation. It's the Fauxfilter Luminous Matte foundation, and we will compare it with the old formula, which they look completely identical. It's just that I use this a little bit more, the older one a little bit more, so that it weighs a little bit less. So this is the Pro Filt'r High Coverage Cream Foundation, and we will try both sides on, and I will talk to you about how I feel about the newer version versus the older version. Let's get on with that. So though both of the foundation are pretty dry, are pretty matte, so I would like a more hydrating base. So today I'll be using the Fenty Beauty hydrating primer to prime my face. So there's like a very obvious difference between the old formula and the new formula, and I will show you with half of my face using the newer formula. I think I will use the newer formula on my left side of the face, and I will use the older version on the right side of my face. So let's see. So the bottle looks the same, everything looks the same, but it's like when you pump this out, it's still that very extremely creamy kind of cakey kind of feel to it. But when you apply that on, I can clearly see there's a difference between the old formula and the new formula. It's that the newer formula, it's less pigmented. There's a bit more of that less velvet finish. A more the more than a matte finish on the new formula, which I kind of like how it feels on the skin. Oh, by the way, I'm using the same shade. I think um, for the Luminous Matte, I'm using the Toasted Coconut, and for the old formula, I'm using Toasted Coconut as well. Also, it doesn't have the fragrance with the new formula. So it dries really nicely, and it's less foundation cakey feeling with the newer formulation. Still a little goes a long way. This is around 2 pumps and 1 coat of foundation, and looking closely on my skin, I think that it's very smoothing. It does have a lot of coverage with the new formulation, but it feels less cakey, it feels lighter, it feels a bit nicer overall. I've told you that I really love the old formula as well, but to be honest, I will wear the new formula every day over the old formula. I will wear the old formula when I need extra coverage or when I'm filming, which it's not every day that I need to film. So now I will pump out the old formula, the high coverage formula. You can see it's really thick. It's extremely thick. It's very concentrated, and it has that I don't know how to say. It's like rosy bin red bin feel to that. I still have like tons of like foundation left on my hand, and I feel like have achieved like a ton more coverage on my right side. It's a bit lighter than the like newer side because I think they have the similar tone, they have the same tone, but because of how much more concentrated the formula is in the past, I'm looking a bit pale on this side and I'm looking a bit darker on this side. Also, when I look into the mirror, this side clearly needs way less way less product than this side of my face, and the coverage is a lot higher with like the older formula. It feels more waxy. It feels more textury. It's like very high coverage, and for me, this is the show formula. This is the everyday formula, and definitely if I need to like demonstrate something, this will save me the time to conceal my under eyes, conceal everything. And on this side, I would like definitely spend a little bit more time to finesse, to conceal, to do everything that I need to. So now I will put on some concealer to like tell you how I feel when I put on extra product on top of the foundation. So today I'll be using the Too Faced Born This Way multi-soaking concealer in the shade light beige. Definitely when I like put on concealer, both sides don't look much different, except maybe the heavier older side looks a bit more, even more concealy, and this side just like have a boost of like coverage under my eyes. um, it lays, I think it doesn't emphasize the texture that it already emphasized, so it's good that, I mean, this is the concealer's job, and it didn't emphasize any texture, but it didn't help minimize the texture that's already being put on by the foundation. So we will see how it goes on with powder. So today I will be using the Lower Mercier setting powder, translucent setting powder to set my face. I will take a bit of the powder, just knock off the excess onto the cap, and then just sweep it through the face, and then I will tell you how it looks. So I will be putting the powder on the older side now. So after smoothing a bit of powder on, it definitely smooths out some of the texture. Um, but still, I think it's really heavy looking. It's like there's like a veil over my skin. On the camera, it looks really nice. Like now I'm looking to the monitor and I think it looks nice. but I don't know how like people will react with like my skin being so heavy. This is definitely a night wearing, like a nighttime foundation rather than like a daytime foundation, I would say. And let's see how the powder reacts with the new formula. I think it looks similar, but I think the newer formula looks a bit drier now, and this one stays a bit more like creamier. If you understand what I mean, it's like this side feels still a bit more creamier than this side, and it's a little bit more hydrating on this side, maybe because of the I put less product, but because the product is so thick, so creamy, so much like emollient on this side, that I feel like this side is a bit more like hydrating than this side. This side feels a bit more matte, but it's smoother looking overall. But there isn't like a very big difference between the new formula and old formula. It's like a hair between them. So I'll put on some color on. I'll be using the my favorite palette, the Natural Face palette, as my face shade try on, and you will see how the product applies on. So I'm seeing some cracking on the older side, and both sides does crack on my nose, but it's not sinking into any fine lines. That's good. The newer, to be very honest about like how I feel about the both foundation, the newer formula definitely gives you like a better result on an average, like on a daily basis, like on a lot of like the scenes that you do. And it's definitely very exciting to see Huda launching something that's more skin-like, that's a bit lighter in coverage, that's a bit more like everyday wearable. But at the same time, I really do love the old formula and how it feels and how it looks, because I love how much coverage I'm getting from like the old formula, how much coverage, how full that it looks, how little effort I have to put in to do it. But for long wearing ability, this one will like wear off very fast because it feels thick, it feels hydrating, even I said it. And then the next thing with that is that it has that really creamy texture, and this one is creamy as well, but it feels a bit more sandpaper-ish. It feels a bit more dry to touch, whereas this one stays a bit more luminous than what I think that they allure to. So this is my review comparison for the Huda Beauty foundation, the old versus new foundation. I hope you like it, and please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.